our posture and working on getting those shoulder blades into the body and just pulling the head up and pulling the chin in. So let's just kind of start that way. Let me step back a little bit. There you go. So just relax. Just get a sense of where your body is in space and get a sense like where your hips are over your feet. All right. Just kind of find that center spot where your hips are. Okay. Get a sense of your shoulders and chest, how they are, where they are in relation to your feet. Okay, and your head. Where's your head in relation to the rest of you? And see if you can find this place where they can all be supported or stacked on each other, and the body feels relaxed. Okay. Okay, we'll do it with this one. Ready? So let's inhale up. And then exhaling out. Inhaling up. Exhaling out. This is, here's D. All right. Okay, good morning, D. We just started. So let's inhale up.
Oh, he's doing outside.
Yes. There's a project going on in my living room. My wife is drying the garden thyme in the living room. So we don't have any space. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's do it one more time. So when we come up here, I want you to kind of think that your shoulder blades or your elbows do this kind of rotation. That's your natural shoulder blade movement. So we're just going to work on that. That will help us get a little bit of more range in the upward direction. Exhale down. We're going to step out. George's are. Okay, so remember, we have that little hinge in the hip. I want to have good energy in the legs so I prevent any knee caving in. But I don't want to really push the knees out and be like, bow-legged. I just want to be making sure my knees are nice and supported. So let's inhale. Again, I'm going to work on keeping that back in good position. Inhaling and then exhaling. And looking. Then when I look, I want to pull my chin in a little bit so I prevent this kind of thing. I want to pull my chin in. And let's inhale here. Exhale as we turn, and then turn your head and pull your chin in a little to stretch the back of the neck. Inhale and exhale. Okay, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, back together. Okay. Right, so again, let's work on our posture. Okay, great, a big space in the body to breathe. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. So allow the shoulder blade to come up. Rotate up. Exhale down. Let me inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Let's exhale out. So let's do a little bit of just a little stretch in the fist and the tendons. So let's warm up with a little bit of robot. So this will help us with our shoulder mobility. So you want to feel the arm just rotate in the shoulder socket. Try to relax those shoulder blades down. You don't need to push the shoulder blades. Just kind of just let them relax. Okay, keep. Right. We're not doing this. Try to keep up. Try to keep straight. I don't mean try to keep up in pace. I mean just try to be upright. Okay. All right, good. So let's ready. Inhale, and then we're just going to exhale. Inhale, and then exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So if you look at this, we're working the shoulder joint. We're doing a little bit of rotation in the back, a little in the front with the shoulder joint, and a little bit of hip rotation. Just working all the joints in the body. Let's relax. Okay, so let's kind of, early in the morning, we can wake up, inhale up, throw down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Ready? To work on our wrist health. 1, 2, 3. So making the fist. One more time with the fist. And then we're going to open the hands. Okay. Good. And we can just shake it out. All right. Let's do a little bit of the hip hinge here before we, let's do the hip rotation. And we'll do some swings as part of our hip movements. Just nice and easy. See how the leg moves in the joint? And we can reverse the other way. Nice and easy. Okay, nice and easy. Okay, so we'll do this one. So we're just going to sit back. And you can kick the heel into the ground to help you come up. So make this movement purely from here. You can feel the hamstring, just a little tug on the hamstring. And then use that strength of the leg to kick the heel in, kind of use your hamstring, come up. That's the back of your leg. Just be easy with yourself. There's no need to try to overreach. And we'll just switch. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Inhale to come up. Okay, and then we'll just go ahead with this one. All right, very good. Let's do a couple more joint stuff. So let's just try this one. Palm up, over, and around. Palm up, over. No, so now we're just kind of working elbow and shoulder here. I can involve my shoulder a little bit more if I want. Okay.
Ooh, I really feel.
Sit here. Okay, so here's the hip joint. So can you even use a little bit of turning of the body? Nice and easy. If I want, I can turn the body over, using my legs. Let's try the other way. Over and down, over, down, okay, let's do a couple of swings. Just nice and easy. Okay, so we don't want to torque the knees, right? So just kind of just keep your feet, and you just really feel these are very stable. Just kind of be loose in the hip and soften the knee. And let me show you what the knee. So the knee is not twisting so much as it's like when I come, I just kind of let it be soft and bend a little. Okay. Just nice and relaxed. Okay. So the next move, we're going to go up, but this time I'm going to let my hips and my feet turn so I can go up, 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 and let the arms just sink and relax. relaxed. Okay, so we decided, so let's just do front and back. And we're just going to take it nice and easy. So I'll just give you a little, just up, and then just a soft down. Well, again, keep the chin in. All right. Okay, I think, okay, so let's go ahead and start with some movement. Just check the time. Okay, good. 15-minute warm up. That's pretty good. Okay, so we'll go, we'll start with the first movement, and we'll just go with some basic movements like the pushing and the cloud hands and the brush knee. Okay, so let's go with the opening movement. So to make Tai Chi work, you know, we do have to keep that posture as best as we can, okay? So we just relax and then allow the hands to come up. Let me just show you the side view. Okay. And then in this position, feel what your body has to use to retain balance. Okay. You know, your body is working, my core's on, my back is working to make sure I don't slump. Okay. So just kind of get that sense of what's going on and then go slow. So we're developing, you know, some awareness of our movements. Oh, that might be Greg. Yes. Okay. So here's Greg. So let's do it again. So I'm just going to give you some idea of like nice and easy. Okay. We do this movement every day, but we don't pay attention to it. Right? And so you can just see where you hold your attention. Okay, here I'm at the bottom. And then relax. I want to show you another thing that might happen. You know, we can come up. And when we get to the bottom, we may kind of slouch. So let's just try to, you know, keep everything nice and tall. Okay. Feel the weight of the body. Feel the weight under your arms and feel the weight of the arms. Just hold the arms down. As the arms come down, it's like your spine, your neck gets longer. Okay. As the hands come down, your neck gets longer and your heel, your foot gets deeper into the ground. We'll just hang out here for a little bit. And we'll just go ahead and we're just going to just turn. And we'll just do a simple push from here. Okay, watch my, the line of my back. So the line of my back is straight. It's in a very vertical position, okay? All right, nice and easy. And I'm just moving my hips, right? Just with my legs. So my legs are doing this. And my hands are doing this circle. Okay, so just get a sense of it. So what I'm not doing is this. I'm just kind of going, it's like I'm gliding through. The hands are doing a circle, but my hips are gliding through. And feel the type of work your legs are doing. See how your legs are being worked that way. Now both legs are working at all times. So it's never like 100% here, 0 here, 100% here, 0 here. They're both working. Pushing and pulling, or pushing against each other. Nice and relaxed. Just breathe. Hands nice and relaxed and open. When I get back to here, feel the weight of the arms just ride through the body, and then the weight of the arms just ride out with the legs. Okay. So I'm not really pushing with the hands. I just let the hands ride with the hip, with the legs. Okay. So I'm pushing in this direction. Just notice the wrists. All the joints are being moved. Okay, all the joints are being moved. Shoulder joint, elbow joint, hip joint, knee joint, ankle joint. Feel the toes, feel the balls of the feet. Give a little attention to your front knee and your arch of the front foot. So you see if you can support your front knee and support your back knee. Okay, so let's just turn about. I'm just going to turn about. I can pick my feet up, and I'm just going to go the other side. Okay. Okay, just work with the legs. Allow this joint to relax. I let the arms just relax in the joint. So feel like you're not picking the arm up. Like I'm not picking the arm up. Just let the arms, just let the hands just kind of flow with the movement. Just go slow. Okay, good. We'll work this side a little bit more because we spent a lot of time on the other side. See if you can see if you get, you're working this big muscle here too with all these moves. All right. Let's go back to this and just turn and we'll work a little bit about the cloud hand. Okay, so we can work this joint. One, and just relax. Two, no need to shift yet. Just see if you can just get this rotation. We can work on weight shifting. Okay. Now, as you rotate, you will notice that actually the weight naturally shifts without you having to think about it. If I rotate this way, it's almost like this leg is bearing more weight. Okay. Just by just a little bit of hip rotation. Okay, and then we can accentuate that a little bit if we like. So I'm going to accentuate that weight shifting. Now, I want to again point out that the hand rotation, the direction is being motivated by this. My hands are not going by themselves. I'm going to use my hip to bring my hand over. Okay, just turning my hip. And essentially, my hand never leaves the center line of my body. If I turn my body, that's how my hand goes. And then I let it drop. Then this hand just comes up the center, even though I'm facing this hand comes up the center, and I turn my hip. I turn my hip a little. Okay. So your hips can move independently, of your shoulders. And keep the chin in. Remember we talked about the shoulder blade. You want the shoulder blade kind of tucked in to the back. Okay. Nice and relax. Feel the arms just drop. And go slow. Pay attention to what your body is doing. Notice if anything's uncomfortable or like a hurting, something hurts, stop, reassess. Like say, like I let my knee come in, boy, my knee really hurts, so just kind of, and then I have to look at where my knee is, what's going on with my body. Okay. You don't need to take a deep posture, just enough to engage the legs. Okay. They'll slowly get stronger. Before you know, they'll get actually quite strong. use this simple exercise just to relax during the day too. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a little bit of stepping. 1, 2, 1. And I'm going to slowly transfer the weight over, right? I can feel that transfer. All right, I think I have room in the camera. Okay, I'm going to go the other way now. Relax the shoulders. Here, wait, I'm unweighting this leg. This leg has the root. And I need to use the big muscles of my leg and my hip and line those up so I don't let my knee cave in. So I need to have my foot well engaged. Okay. Give a little bit of attention to the outside of the leg in the sense that it's kind of like the energy outside of the legs to support this structure. So this way you can strengthen your leg, protect your knee, use your glute. Okay. Let's do a couple more the other way. Nice and easy. I think I'm going to show you a variation you could try just for when if you practice at home. You can do a little variation. Okay. Okay. There's a couple of variations. There's some with the stepping, some with the hand. So let's start with this hand. This is just to give you a little bit of joint movement. So the variation with the hand. 1. It's like you cup under and drill up and out. And then up, this, and over. So it's up and over. There you go, the other way. Up, up, and over. Up, and over. Up. So the hands are doing this. So instead of just this instead of just this, we just kind of work a little bit of more joint movement. So it's kind of like you're cupping. Yeah, it's like you're doing this. Okay. A little bit of more of a spiral movement. You feel it. You can feel it in your ribs. So let's just give that a try. You do it in place first. And notice how that changes the feel of the movement. Because this is just a reflection of what's going on in here. Okay. You get a little bit more of like a winding in the body. Let's go and step with it then. Or you can stay in place, whichever, as room and comfort dictate. And then let's go back the other way. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So Tai Chi, they say, kind of built on spirals. So this is the spiral kind of movement. You're using your hand, your elbow, your arm, your shoulder. But I'm not kind of cranking my shoulder joint. I'm using my trunk or my center on my hip to try to bring this rotation out. Okay. Okay. So we can go back to the simple hand movement. Okay, which is just down and across. And let's do a leg variation. Okay, so we'll give you three exercises just with the cloud hands. So one of the exercises is to if I can get here. Okay. Just step behind. This might require a little bit more balance and leg strength. And step out. Okay. We step behind and step out. I'll go the other way. I'm going to step behind and step out. Okay. And just take your time. And you can just like, you could step behind. And if you can't pick up this leg comfortably, you could just drag it across. Okay, so let's step behind. And you can just continue with the other versions if you like, whichever is easier for you. But I thought I'd give you a little variety. So we have 3 versions today. And of course, you can combine versions. Okay. So we have this, the regular version. Standard version, I guess. You have the version with the twisting of the hand. You could twist the hand and step behind, or just keep the hand, the standard version with the stepping behind. There is the stepping in front, but we won't do that at the moment. Okay. Just relax. All right. All right. I'll come over here so I can get in the center of the camera. Inhale and exhale. One other thing is, again, to be careful with any of these movements is to support your knee. So you want, when the knees kind of go like this, I think it's called a valgus. So you want the valgus knee, and neither do you want to the, I think actually in the opposite direction is called vagus. Of course, I could be making up the opposite direction, but I'm pretty sure when the knees cave in, it's called valgus. Okay, so we don't want the knees to cave in. So we did a lot to side to side. Let's go a little bit forward and back. So let's do we'll start with the wide crane spread swing. And I like to start with this just as a point to just show you, like, so here's the shoulder joint. I'm not hiking it, okay? I'm just gonna let wherever this natural part is, that's where it's gonna be, all right? And I'm not pressing it down and I'm not pressing it down and trying to lift this up. I'm just letting this be where it is, wherever that might be for you, and then just see where this can go without doing that, okay? So it could be like maybe here, or depending on where your shoulder condition is, okay? But this is good enough, right? I just want to make sure that this is not strained. I want to make sure every joint is in its proper position. And that's the point. Okay, so here I have rising hand, opposite leg forward. You guys can do either hand. Okay. The forward leg and its hand is down. Okay. All right. And I'm not sticking my chest out. My chest is just normal. Okay. And I'm not slouched. So I need to kind of really work on developing those muscles to keep going. Okay. My back knee is not going to be caved in. We talked about that. I just kind of hurt my knee by just trying to show you not to do. Okay. So just keep your knee over your foot. Okay. And lightly on the ball of the front foot. So there's no need to like lift the heel up excessively. Just lightly on the ball of the front foot, or with the front heel just barely off the ground. Okay. So you might have a lot of stress in here, and you might be doing this. So just see if you could translate that to that. All right. Okay, good. Now, okay, so this hand's probably tight, so we're just gonna let it drop. And when you let it drop, feel what's going on in here. Feel what's happening in the body. And we're gonna go 1 and 2. Okay, we're not gonna use this footwork yet. Let's just come back. If you notice, this is a lot like cloud hands. 1. Everything is like cloud hands. If you do cloud hands, you probably got all of Tai Chi. Okay. The hand is right here. kind of by my ear. All right, one more time. Just relax. Okay, I'm going to turn my hip a little bit, just a little, to allow the hand to come from side, turn the hip a little to let the hand just drop, turn my hip a little to let the right hand come to the back, step out, turn my hip to bring the hand forward as I step out in transition. Okay, ready? And we'll switch sides. 1, relax. Step 2, turning the hip a little to bring this hand forward. Okay. Come back. 1. Let's do 3 on this side, and we'll do 3 on the other side. 2. Okay. Now notice with that head, this is a problem, so you want to just relax that shoulder so everything feels like it's settled. Okay. 1. Now the thing about Tai Chi is you're never falling forward. I'm never falling forward. I want to be centered. Okay, so you can just hang out here for a little bit and notice where are you falling forward? Are you falling to the side? Okay, so let's just try the other side. So I'm going to have the front foot, its hand is down here. The back foot, its hand is up here. Okay, so I'll just give you this view. And let's just practice dropping. Okay, practice dropping. Let's practice the other hand now. 1. So you can practice one hand drop, one hand rises. Okay. One hand drop, one hand rises. Take your time. See how the joints work. We pay attention to the shoulder joint, and we're going to do our brush knee. Okay. This hand lines up in my center of my body. Okay. The shoulder is not like this. The shoulder is just relaxed. So I can feel the weight rest of my rib cage. I want it to be a little bit upright. And I want my low back to be nice and comfortable. So I'm not arching it. Right. I had a classmate, I guess. He always had every time he did Tai Chi, he always had to rub his back because his back went something like that, like it really tucked under. So that's not your spine doesn't like that. Your spine likes natural because that's the way it's designed. Okay, so we want to just have make sure our spine is nice and natural. And even if your spine like too much of that, just try to find its natural position. Okay. So this might have you have to engage your core a little bit, your abdominals, just to try to, if you tuck your tailbone out, you might have to engage your core a little bit here to keep that natural, okay, to keep it straight. And then again, if or then again, if it's this, then you have to kind of just figure out what the muscles are to create a nice natural spine. Okay, so let's just try the other side again. Let me just. So here's the other side. 1. So I just, so we can work both sides. 2. Okay, let's come back. So the back leg is the rising hand, the front leg is the lower hand. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's do 2 more. 1, 2, just kind of notice this difference between these 2 moves, how they translate through the body. Okay. All right. Reset. 1. And then we'll put a couple together. 2. All right. I do want to point out we're not doing this. It says from here, the hand falls through the center, move the legs, move the hip. Okay. we can just practice from let the hand drop to the center, move the hip, let the hand drop, and move the legs. So I'm not doing this. Let the hand drop and let the hand just kind of sink through. Okay, let's put a couple of these together. Let me see if I can face, I'll go this way. Right, so let's start with, okay. So I'm facing this way. I have my left leg is my front leg, with my left hand down, and my right leg is back leg. Then you could do whatever, but just, it's just back leg has the rising hand, and the front leg has the lower hand, okay? And we're trying to keep the elbow relaxing down. And let's go ahead, so let's go 1. Okay, this back leg now is my root, gives me the support. I'm gonna come through. I'm gonna push from the back leg onto the front leg, push, and I'm gonna pivot now and kind of let this back foot release, relax, release from the ground. As I come up, I go again. I'm gonna push the back leg into the front leg. 2, the front leg becomes my root. I'm gonna turn it out a little and then release the back leg from the ground. 3. Okay, I've just ran out of room, so I'm just going to pivot 180 degrees and then go the other way. Okay, 1. Nice and easy. I think I could fit one more step in. Let's go in a different direction. 2. Okay. Pivot, just turn your feet 180 degrees and let the hand follow along. 1. So I'll explain how I do the pivot too. So you might want to do that in your house. 1. 2. Okay. So I just turn, and it's like the hands just keep going. I just turn my body and go. Okay, 1. So the hands don't stop or the arms don't stop. So let's just show you from here. It's very simple. From here, just go. And from here, I can just turn 1. I could turn again the other way. Okay. 1. Okay. Now, have you noticed as you go from one step? So this is 2 directions. You can make this very easy, a 4-direction type of practice. You just go. Okay. So here's the 3rd direction. I pivot the 4th direction. Okay. You can pivot here. So if you are tight on space, you can just practice in a small area. And this will train you to learn how to be centered in your body and like rotate your body around a center, around your central axis too. So let's just kind of practice that a little bit. 3. So let's just say I want to go to this direction. So instead of going something like this, I can think of being centered like on a barber pole and then stepping out. Okay, and kind of that's how the form is done. Okay, so when I step, if I want to go this direction, I don't like kind of plop over here. I'm going to have my body, it's still centered, keep my center line, and then look, and then move my body and turn. Okay, and I can turn again. 1. Okay, let's inhale. And you can do that technique with all, I think all the moves. You could do the push this way, obviously 1, 2, little pushes are not as simple, I think. 3, right? You can do the moves. Every move we do, I think you can do it in this type of 4 direction pattern. Okay, so I think we'll go ahead and start some of the more of a traditional form practice. Okay, so I was just thinking. So what I'm trying to give you guys is like, I know how many of you guys study music. So I'm just like a beginning music student. But like when you study anything, right? When you study math, you have to know how to add and subtract. When you study music, you should know the scales. So I'm giving you the scales, right? So once you know the scales, you can like make up your own stuff. Okay. And that's kind of what the Tai Chi form is. Like someone knew the each little element, and they just put something together that kind of made sense. Good, and with their vision of it, like their vision might at the time I think was like for fighting, right, for martial arts. So that was their vision. So that's how they put it together. All right. Okay. So let's just go with the form. I will face away so it's easy for you to follow. Okay. So we do a little bit of the form. Right. So let's just relax. Let's work on the posture, right? Work on our posture. Hold the chin in, head up, right? I'm guilty of this as much as anybody. Right? So this is my opportunity to work on that, to develop that kind of reminder and that strength of the body, so I won't always have to remind myself. Okay, so let's find our posture, find our center, be upright. Notice what's going on with the feet. Am I engaging the arches of my feet, trying to create a little bit of an arch in my feet? Right. If you have a little trouble with the arch, you can push down kind of firmly on the ball of the big toe to help you create an arch. Okay. If you did that, you notice you'll be pushing the ball of the little toe down too, and you want to make sure that your weight is centered, so you don't lean back on your heels too much, and you don't lean forward on the ball of your feet too much. You have your weight centered. So ready? So let's begin. Raise the hand. Relax the shoulders. Relax the shoulders as you raise the hand. Feel those shoulder blades kind of engage into the body. Okay, and then let the elbows sink. Point the elbows down and let the hands just sink down. Okay. Feel the fingers, the wrist. Okay. Now here at the bottom, it's like as I kind of get a little energy of pushing down, instead of it's pushing my spine straighter up. Okay. Okay. So it's like I'm pushing my spine straight up. Then I'm going to look to the right. Then when we turn our head, we make sure we keep our chin in, so we don't stick our chin forward. We pivot. I look the other direction. I look forward. Just ward off left. Nice and relaxed. You can think of releasing that foot from the ground. Always trying to find the right words to use. Okay. Grasp my tail. Soften the elbow, soften the shoulder. Breathe, don't get breathe. Try to relax. The central nervous system likes relaxation. This will help the body to remember the movement. Chin in. I just caught myself a little bit, right? Come over. Okay, I'm going to turn both feet. There's my single whip. Single whip. Everything I said about the shoulder, goes double for single whip. Okay, because there's 2 shoulders here. They want to both be relaxed. Open the hook. Okay, this is called lift the hands. So it looks like this. Relax. Okay, just step up a little, step back. Okay, here you are, the one hand up, one hand down. Okay, wide crane spreads wings. And then feel the weight of this descending hand. Okay, the front leg is the lower hand, and then the front leg hand comes around. Back hand to the ear, the front hand to the front, and then 1, 2. When this hand comes forward, feel these muscles here in the body. So it's not an upper body movement, it's a lower body movement. Push off. Play guitar. Okay. Brush knee. Okay. We're going to pivot now. Release the back foot. Brush knee. Okay. Okay. We're going to pivot again. Release the back foot. Root into the front foot. Brush knee, push. Brush knee and push. Okay. Push off. Play the guitar. Relax the backhand, but this way relax the circle up to the ear. And 1. Okay, we're gonna do the punch. We'll take it in pieces. This forward hand is gonna make a fist. The bottom hand is gonna turn up. Now, don't let the fist come out here. Just relax the elbow. Everything just sinks. It just melts. Okay, 1. Okay, I can bring the foot here. Let's go. Just take it in pieces. 2. Okay. Back foot comes forward. 3. And then hand comes forward. 4. Open to the left. Under. Pull back. And push. Okay. Let's go to the cross the hands. Okay, so cross the hands. All right, so instead of all that complicated stuff to try to get to fist on the elbow, so let's go cross the hands and let's let the hands come down. Okay, and this time we're just going to point this way, just make it easy, and then just fist under elbow. I'm just trying to make it easier for the Zoom class. Here. Ready? And then, so weight on the back leg, front leg is light on the heel, front leg, front hand is up. Bottom hand is a fist. So it's fist under elbow. Okay, open the fist. Now we're going to practice us stepping backwards. So we talked about if you're balanced, if you're still working on your balance some, you should just drag your foot. Okay, if you got some good balance, you can maybe just lightly on the toe if you like. If your balance is better, you can pull your knee up. Okay, so just kind of work where you're at. You don't need to pull your knee up very high. Okay. As I come back, this kind of stretches out. And it stretches out not because my arm stretches, it stretches out because I'm just turning a little, I'm just kind of stretching open my hip. Come up. Okay, I can pull my knee up and then hinge my leg in the knee. 1. Pull my knee up, hinge my leg in the knee. Okay. Let's do the next couple moves, and then I think we'll just do a little bit of drill. 1, step 2. Okay, so here's a repeat. So remember, we don't have the hip forward, just keep everything upright. Relax down, 1. And we'll go ahead and do the next move because it's a move we should work on. Okay, Could we push off? So this is, in workout jargon, this is the, I think called like a semi-hip hinge. So I'm hinging from the hip right here. And I'm going to use my glute and my hamstring to bring me up. Okay, 1. Now I'm going to change this a little bit so I can work the other leg. I'm going to come step forward, do another brush knee, and I'm going to work the other side. Okay. And notice I'm not curving. This is called spinal flexion. I'm not flexing the spine. I'm just sitting in my hip. So I can put that weight here as opposed to putting the weight on my back. And come here. 1. Okay, sit down. And then exhale. Good. So I'd like us to work on, sometimes you don't work on the transition. And that's where a lot of people get a little bit lost on. So let's work a little bit on the transition. So we had from the fist under elbow, we do this stepping backwards. It's called oust the monkey, drive the monkey out. Been translated as repulse the monkey. Okay. So here's the transition I want us to work on because we don't get to see it. So the hands kind of go in a circle. So the hands go in as you face the hands go clockwise. Okay, ready? So let's pick the knee up, and I'm going to lay the ball of this leg in line with the heel. So it's this heel here. Okay, and I'm just going to turn the hands of the clock. What's under this leg? And I step out. 1 and 2. Okay. Go back to the third repulse monkey. 1. Turn the hands of the clock. I'm really working this left leg now. 2. And this is called diagonal flight. So it's like I'm flying into something, I guess. Stepping back. Into lift the hands, relax. This is called shoulder strike. Wide crane, spread your wings. Okay, relax the high arm, and then into my brush knee. Okay. And then into my needle at the bottom of the C. Okay, where I work on this hinging of the hip. And I use this unhinging movement to get the unhinging of the hip movement to get out of the posture. Okay. So let's just try just that little bit of sequence, that walking backwards to the needle at the bottom of the C. Double check the time. Okay, so this will have to be it. Okay, so let's just go from fist under the elbow, repulse monkey 1, repulse monkey 2, repulse monkey 3. Okay, the transition step from diagonal flight 1, turning the hands of the clock, stepping out to diagonal flying, stepping back. It's called lift the hand, relax. 1, wide crane spread wings, relax. Now, as you at home, and if you're confused about the hands, don't worry about the hands. Just see if you can just move and just feel every joint being supported, right? And don't worry about which foot is forward and which is back. And we're going to open up and do our cross hands to finish. Okay, let me turn around for you guys. And we finish. And before we finish, just kind of this sense of where your body is in space. Have the hands down here, give a little bit of energy. You put your hands here on your lower abdomen. And just breathe in that space to find your center.